Hi, this is Blair Singer, author of Little Voice Mastery, How to Win the War Between Your Ears in 30 Seconds or Less, and a founding contributor to Radical Wealth. I'm going to talk to you about a technique you can use every single day. Use it in sales, use it in business, use it at home, use it with your family, and I guarantee you it works with your significant other too, okay? This is about how to handle any objection that anybody would ever handle you under the sun. How many people think that that would be good? Now, it's not exactly the way you think. The problem with an objection, when somebody gives you an objection, let me ask you this. Have you ever had a time when somebody gave you an objection, you didn't know how to handle it, but still came up with a great comeback like 10 minutes later? Why is that? That's because when your emotion goes up, when you're caught off guard, or you have an emotion riding on it, then your intelligence goes down. We've talked about that before. So this technique is a drill. It's not about necessarily how to handle any objection, but it's a drill, an objection handling drill that will allow you to come up with the right answer, the right comeback, no matter what objection anybody gives to you. So here's how it works. I suggest you do this with a partner. So you have one person that acts as a seller and the other person acts as a buyer. The seller, the buyer gives the seller an objection. For example, your product is too expensive. Now here's the drill. All I want you to do is you acknowledge it and ask a question. That's it. Do not try to solve the objection. Why? Because I'll show you why. So I would say, if I were role-playing this by myself, I would go, your product is too expensive. I appreciate what you're saying, but why do you think it's too expensive? So that's the way to do it. Now, what happens a lot of times is we hesitate, falter, don't know what to say. That looks like this. Your product is too expensive. At the point the person says, the other partner says, stop. Immediately stop them right there. Now, in real life, it's okay to hesitate with an objection, but this is a drill that is designed to desensitize your little voice so it doesn't freak out when people hit you with objections, or even if you're afraid that somebody might even have an objection, that all goes away once you desensitize. So it goes like this. Your product is too expensive. I appreciate what you're saying, but stop, your product is too expensive. I appreciate, stop, your product is too expensive. Stop, your product is too expensive. I appreciate what you're saying, but why do you think it's too expensive? And what happens is after about 4 or 5 repetitions, the concern and the not being able to think goes out of the way, and boom, you just step up. At that point, you've handled that issue. Then you have your partner give you all the ones that you never want to hear, like, you have no idea what you're talking about. I hate when people like you keep bothering me. You know, Robert Kiyosaki and I, back in the days when I was working for Burroughs and he had just got done working for Xerox, we used to lock ourselves in a room with about a dozen people every Thursday night and do this same drill for hours and hours and hours on end. Why? Because we wanted to be present when we were talking to customers. We wanted to be able to handle objections. Most of all, you want your emotion to stay low so you can hear what the other person says. Now, if you go to salesdogs.com, we have a whole sales training kit that goes through this in much detail, a flashcard system, a computer program that will allow you to practice this on your own and give you the other steps for handling an objection. But for right now, work on this one and you'll never be intimidated. Be awesome.